Hey, my name is Pastor James Young, and I've been hope dealing since 2009. I started coming to Heartland when I was 10 years old in 1999. When I first came here, the building was, on a gravel parking lot, and it looked a lot different than it does today. But from the very first time I walked in the doors with my family, I never felt like being part of such an incredible church family. A lot has changed since then. We've got a new worship auditorium, a new kids zone. There's been many additions, but one thing that has never changed at Heartland has been the sense of family. And I am so excited to be a part of that. I went through children's ministry here. I was in the student ministry program with Pastor Matt. I was able to be a part of the teen leadership team here at Heartland. And man, I've seen God do incredible things at this church. I've met a lot of cool friends, and a lot of them which I consider my brothers and sisters. And after 4 years, I find myself here back at Heartland. And coming back in the doors, I can tell you, once again, one thing that hasn't changed is the sense of family. Coming back here, seeing Pastor Phil and the staff, they welcomed me and my wife with open arms and a smile. And let me tell you, it is so great when you can be gone for 4 or 5 years, come back in the doors, and feel just as loved as you were back then. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited now to be working with the North Judson community. Now he's brought me back here to Heartland to be a part of an awesome team and working with North Judson, and I'm excited to be a part. My name is James Young, and this is my story.
My name is Jason Oxendine, and my wife Jessica and I have been hope dealing at Heartland for nearly 4 years. You know, I grew up in the church, and I'm third generation pastor. We've been part of churches that are finance based. We've been part of churches that are traditional based and seem religious and all the different things. I spent 5 years at our last church down in South Alabama, but we started to hunger for something more. We started to look for a place where there was just something different. You know, sitting at my desk one day, I get a call from Dr. Phil, and he was just checking us out and getting to hear part of our heart, and we got to hear his heart as well. But he asked us to come up and visit the church and be part of a service and a weekend. So we came up after taking a look at the site and checking out everything. We even took a look at the mission statement to touch the heart of God, heal the heart of man, reach the heart of the world in a real, relevant, and relational way. There have been time and time again where we've heard churches say, we're going to do this, and we're passionate about this, and we're this, that, and the other. And we go to visit, and there's just nothing there. It's just religion or something. So when we walked through the doors for the first time, we discovered a people that just welcomed everybody and just loved them. And their passion was to help others and discover a relationship with Christ, but also to help believers grow. And then we saw Pastor Phil and the passion that he speaks with and shares each and every week, and then hearing his heart and then seeing the heart of the staff and of everybody Heartland and the leadership. We felt God confirm really in our hearts that we needed to become part of this incredible church with such a purpose to reach the lost. I've never been more proud to serve in a pastoral role like we do right here each and every day as we take time to really purpose ourselves to make Christ known. I'm Jason Oxendine, and this is my story.
My name is Pastor John, and I have been hope dealing since 2006. I started coming to Heartland in my junior year in high school, right down the road in Morgan Township. And at the time, I can honestly say I was relationally bankrupt. My parents were going through a divorce. I saw the destruction that it was taking place with my brother and my sister, and just the toll it was taking on all of us emotionally. And all it took was one invite. I started coming to Heartland because one of my friends knew everything that was going on, and they just simply invited me. And the second I walked through that door, I knew there was something different. There was just something different. I wasn't judged based on what I was wearing. People didn't care about the stuff that I was going through. It was simple. They just loved me for me, and they cared about me as a person. So long story short, I guess, is I started coming, and then all of a sudden my mom, my brother, and my sister started coming, and the hope that was being offered to all of us was unlike anything we've ever experienced before in our entire lives. to the point where all of our lives are radically changed. And in that moment, when I saw what was happening in my family's life and in my life, I said that I wanted to be a person that could deliver that hope, that could deal that hope the same way that someone had offered it to me. God's truly been able to give me opportunities to deliver and to deal hope to a generation just like I was dealt. The one thing that I've always felt called to is to be there for somebody like others have been there for me. I've had the spiritual leadership of some of my best friends and Pastor Matt, who was there for me at the time, Pastor Phil, who's like a spiritual father to me, and just being able to be able to reach a generation and just to offer and deal hope the same way that was dealt to me. I'm Pastor John, and this is my story.
Hi, my name's Matt, and I've been hope dealing here at Heartland for 8 years now. I remember originally I had no intentions at all to come to Valpo because I didn't think Valpo really had anything for me at the time that my parents moved here, which is Pastor Phil and Sister Rhonda. I was in college, had a great job, I was dating a girl that I thought was going to be my wife. I lived 25 minutes from the beach, from the Gulf, so I mean, what more would a young, college student want? But I remember too in my life, even though it was all together on the outside, on the inside, there was a lot of unforgiveness, a lot of bitterness, even a lot of anger that was going on in my personal life. And a lot of it too even stemmed from just the mere fact that I knew I was running from the call of God on my life. I knew at a young age that I was going to be in ministry. I just didn't know what it was going to look like. But I remember my parents would always call, hey, you got to come to Valpo. You got to come check it out. My mom would even try to entice me. Hey, there's this girl you need to come meet. She's beautiful. She's athletic. You got to come meet her. You'll love her. But I remember finally praying and saying, okay, God, if I need to be in Valpo, some things need to happen. And within 2 weeks of that prayer, doors started slamming shut really fast. And so, of course, I knew that was my sign. I wasn't going to argue anymore. I came to Valpo, and I remember walking in the doors the first time. First of all, I saw the girl my mom was talking about, and she was beautiful. Second of all, I saw people that were passionate and had purpose and were excited about what God was doing. And to see where that's come from over these last few years now has been amazing. I had the opportunity to just volunteer and help out in ministry and kind of be a part. And then when our youth pastor left at the time and took another position, I filled in just to kind of get through and until we could find another youth pastor. But things started clicking, and the opportunity was given to me to be on staff here. And so, of course, what better place to do what God wanted to do in my life than right here with my family, my mom and dad, but even with an amazing church family. I've been on a lot of sports teams, got to play some sports in high school and college, but without a doubt I can say that this is probably without a doubt the best team ever that I've been on, and I'm honored to be here. I'm Matt, and this is my story.